It's time. Be still. That's right. It's time for you to be still. I got this feeling somebody needs to hear this message. See, have you noticed that your environment has been congested with emotional triggers going on right now, and you feel like that you may be on a treadmill, but you don't see the end of sight? What's being required is for you to be still. See, you don't see what is being revealed for you right now, and you're getting what is being revealed to you as what is going to be tomorrow, and it is all an illusion. That's right. It's time for you to be still. Do not worry about the circumstances that are being manifested as challenges. It's time for you to be still. See, when you finally made the decision to truly invest in yourself, those same exact challenges will not have weight. And the reason why I say this is because when you allow yourself to be still, your spirit is connected to your higher power, and you're always able to have the proper answers and, of course, the direction you need to go. But someone may be saying, well, Daryl, you know, if I do that, I might lose out on what is intended. And I'm here to tell you, no, that's not the case. Because what is truly prescribed with your name on it will be ever so clear. But for you to have clarity, you must be still. See, a lot of times we allow the things that we think have control over us to take more weight in our actions, when in actuality they are nothing but stepping stones. Now it's time that you get back to one, to get back to self, and put the right foot forward, because you're being guided. Do not let your environment, circumstances that is going on right now to sway your judgment. That is very, very important that you embrace your discernment. That is your spiritual compass, and you being your higher power's child. I know him as my Lord Jesus Christ. He's going to protect you. He's going to remove those stepping stones and those obstacles that have you feeling that if you go left or go right, you're going to lose out on something. But what you fail to realize is this: even in the threshold of despair, even in the midst of a imminent breakdown, you are actually on the verge of a breakthrough. So you must be still. That will unleash the courage and the fortitude that is found within you. Haven't you noticed when crisis tends to be placed before us, we always tend to choose right 9 times out of the 10, because you see the faith that is found in yourself. Well, that faith comes from your higher power. So I'm saying to you, be still. You're going to be fine. Do not claim those things that do not see your worth. The things that truly have your best interest will always be within your grasp. But you must first see the worth which is found in you to have possession of it. It should naturally flow. That is why I always say to you, if your environment does not spawn growth, you must question why you're in that environment. But also know this, it is not your responsibility for others and their actions. We have free will. So if you're going through something right now where it is impeding the way you think, the way you act, the way you carry out your day-to-day, I truly, how can I say this? I can suggest this, but only you can do the work. Just take a second. You know how that parable that our parents used to always say, if you take a second to think before you act, that can impact your life or change it. Well, basically, be still. If you see your worth, you love yourself, you will do so. Do you think for 1 second, if you did that, the world would not function without you? Or I can segue it. We can take your profession. Do you actually think that if you decided not to show back up at work, that operation would not continue? Be still. But when you decide to be still and embrace your discernment, you will have the clarity that you truly desire. All things have a natural protocol directed by Him. That is why He is the way. So do not worry about the things you have no control over, because He does not need your help to direct your life. But He does need you to submit so that connection can be there and be pure. I can also say this. What you may not have realized is, with the weather has been going up and down, you've been still the whole time and did not realize it. I know you're saying, what do you mean, Gerald? I don't understand that. See, you took a second to place caution where caution needed to be, because you see the value of your life. You see value of your possession, be it your vehicle or whatever that you physically, tangibly have, compared to if it was a nice natural day, sun's, birds chirping and everything, you're going to keep it moving. Matter of fact, haven't you noticed when the sun's out, everybody tends to go a tempo a little bit faster, racing to get to nowhere, but they're just out there. So I ask, if you're going through something, if you think you got some challenges going on, it's time for you to be still. It's time for you to sort out those things between needs and wants. And I guarantee you, when you do so, the answer will be right there in front of you. Don't worry about what's coming tomorrow. Worry about what you're doing today, because you have control of now. But the actions that you do now will impact your tomorrow. And your life is very, very precious. I know a lot of y'all were saying, well, you know what? You know, I can't sit still. I got to keep it moving. But haven't you noticed every time that you take away from yourself to cover or to take care of other things outside of your dominion, you always end up not only reinvesting in yourself but making it up for things you didn't do? Why? Because you're not being still. That is actually one of the definitions or the requirements to learning true self. Because when you decide to invest in yourself, y'all, you will actually see the inner beauty that's found within you. You will actually start to see how the natural gifts that you possess are just within you. You'll actually see what is waiting for you right around the corner. But don't be afraid. I know somebody's saying, well, Gerald, if I be still, I'm going to lose everything that I've gained. Well, look at it like this. If it's meant for you to have, wouldn't it be there? So if you're in a position where it feels as if, oh, I could just lose this, then guess what? It was never yours to begin with. You were just doing time. It's time for you to get back to yourself and love yourself. Put the worth and value in who you are, not what you're about. I think somebody needed to hear that. Needless to say, if you put your higher power first, He will make a way when there is none. So do not stress. And if you're going through something right now, and just say you don't have a relationship with your higher power, guess what? Your conversation with Him, as long as it's pure and it comes from your heart, that is the requirement to have that connection. That is the initial building block that is needed. And you build off of that. And watch how your life will change. Granted, for every step forward, there will be some things that will fall from you, because they're not going to be where you're going. Don't worry about that. Sometimes people come in your life to serve as a motivation of what's to come. So don't fret. Once you stand, now it's time for you to be still. You're worth it. I know you are. You can do it. Don't trip on the small stuff. Like someone said, if whatever you're going through is not going to make an impact 6 months from now, why are you stressing over it? Why? It won't make a difference, because you probably forget about it. And plus, if it's a situation where it violates your worth and purpose, you don't need to claim that anyway, because it's not yours to have. It's someone else's. So, as I always say, God's praying for you. You know I am. I see your worth. For that, I discern mine. Stay blessed, y'all. Bye.